Perfect. All right, so welcome class. Here is your first video lesson. So it's as if you were just in my classroom, except you're sitting at home, in your bed, or at your desk, or wherever you are at home. So what I'm going to do today, because we're doing something new while you're home, is we're going to subtract integers. And this is how we do it. So the key is that you're able to add. So what you did in class yesterday is you were able to add integers. And if you can do that, what we do is turn every subtraction problem into an addition problem. And we do it with a couple steps. So what we're going to do is change this -4 minus 3 here into an addition problem that turns into, okay, do I have same signs add or different signs subtract? So when you see a problem like this, I use what's called stay, change, opposite. Well, most kids know what stay means. We've talked about opposites. So these two should be basically, and basically what does change mean? Well, this is what it means. So when I have a problem like -4 minus 3, if I think stay, change, opposite, well, the -4 stays. So the first number is always going to stay. It doesn't do anything. So if it starts as a negative, we keep it as negative. If it starts as a positive, we keep it as a positive. We don't do anything with it. The change is we don't like subtraction, so we're going to change every subtraction problem to an addition problem. So this becomes -4 plus, and then what is the opposite of 3? Well, the opposite of 3, which I think all of you got right on your homework that you turned in on that worksheet with the 4 opposite problems. I think everyone got those right. Well, the opposite of 3 is -3. So -4 minus 3 is the same thing as -4 plus -3. And now you're right back to what you did in class the last 2 days. Same signs add. So -4 minus 3, which is the same thing as adding a negative, the answer is -7. Okay, there's your first one. Okay, so that's one type of problem. Another type of problem is this. Okay, and you'll see probably all 4 of these on Khan or quizzes or whatever I give you. But all it is I'm just giving you the equivalent addition problem. So now 11 minus 18, minus 18 becomes, if you can just get in your head, just like in 4th and 5th grade with fractions, they told you keep it, change it, right? Same thing here. If you can just remember, stay, change, opposite for subtraction. So we're going to keep the 11. 11, change the subtraction to an addition problem, plus, and then what is the opposite of 18? -18. So this really becomes 11 plus -18. Math people are going to be, it's just called adding the opposite. That's all we're doing. We're adding the opposite. That's it. Different sign subtracts. 18 minus 11 is 7. I have more negatives than positives. The answer for this one is -7. I think that was the answer to the last one too, right? I think it was. Okay, that's just by chance. All right, there's your second one. And that should make sense. You're starting with positive. You're taking away more positive. Your answer is definitely in the negatives. 11 minus 18, or adding -18. It's the same thing. Okay? Here's your third one that you'll see. 15. This one's not -7. Minus -6. Now we're subtracting a negative. Stay, change, opposite. 15 stays. Subtraction becomes addition. The opposite of -6 is +6. So this problem turns into a first grade, actually first grade or kindergarten here. 15 minus -6. A lot of students are going to say that's equal to 9. No, 15 minus 6 is 9. 15 minus -6 is different. That becomes 15 plus 6. That answer is 21. All right? That goes back to 6 years. You could do that 6 years ago. Okay? You couldn't do this 6 years ago, but it's the same problem. Subtracting a negative. And the last one, the toughest one, where we start with a negative, -11 minus -1. Okay? We start with a negative and we subtract a negative. Well, if you can remember this stay, change, opposite, okay, this becomes -11, stay, always change the subtraction problem to an addition problem. You just got to separate these. Think of them as three different parts. Your first number, your subtracted sign, your second number, and this becomes 1. The opposite of -1 is 1. -11 plus 1, we're back to same signs, add, different signs, subtract. -11 plus 1 is -10. Okay? Just remember, we love addition. We don't change addition. We love addition. So what you did on the worksheet, the riddle worksheet, the last 2 days, we didn't change this at all. We love it. Once you get to subtraction, we do change subtraction, and we call what's said to be adding the opposite. That's it. All right. See ya.